to ACM 9.2. So for those of you that are joining in maybe for the first time, I would like to give you a quick preview of what we've been doing so far. This comes from conversations with our customers and a few leads that were interested in knowing more about 9.2, and we thought we'll bring up this series. So there was a part one a few days ago. So if you that focused on the high-level aspect of what 9.2 has to offer, the transformation capabilities, and if you are at a point where you're looking to consider any changes, then what would your next steps be? So if that is something that interests you, and if you missed that session, please reach out to us, and we'll be happy to share the material on that. The plan is for us to dive deeper now, today being a session for HCM, and look at all changes or enhancements that HCM has to offer. And then moving forward in the next few sessions, we'll be talking about financials, dive deeper into demo sessions and things like that. So it's going to be a continuous process for us. So absolutely, wonderful if you can send us your feedback, let us know your questions, and let's take it up from here. So for those of you that are dialing in sharp at 11 a.m., we had a few slides running about our firm, so I'll give you a quick overview. We are an Oracle partner. We're based here in Pleasanton, California, and we've operations in India, in USA, Canada, India, and Middle East, serving our customers there. We are so we do PeopleSoft, Oracle EBS, and Oracle OBIE. Our expertise in these applications. In PeopleSoft particularly, we do HCM, financials, CRM, supply chain. So I am, a little bit about me. My name is Shweta Ganatra. I am the HCM practice lead at Astute Business Solutions, and been working in PeopleSoft for about 14 years, doing a lot of implementations, upgrades, a lot of transformations, HCM transformations. So I hope to bring that experience to this conversation today and talk to you about what's new and how the product has transformed over the different versions of its delivery. As far as industries go, we've been working on healthcare, life sciences, higher ed, public sector clients, retail, media, and telecommunications. And again, for those of us that have been following us, we have been a part of numerous speaking events. We continue to be that. Continue to bring or contribute to these sessions across events throughout the year. So with that, I'm going to dive deeper. Here's a quick agenda. Let's talk about 9.2. This is a little roundup from last time's sessions, it being a key investment. And then I have some enhancements. This is, again, in conversation with our leads and customers, the top 10 enhancements in their view, in our view, and a little bit of our analysis on how this can benefit you as well. So, and then we'll talk about next steps. Few housekeeping items before we proceed. You are in listen-only mode, as you would have noticed. Does not mean to say we do not need your interaction, absolutely dependent on that. So please use the chat feature. Connect with the host. Arvind Rajan is the host, so send him your questions, and I will be receiving the questions before the end of the call today, so we're leaving a few minutes aside for the questions. We will try to answer as many questions as we have received so far in the Q&A portion, but there's a chance that we're not able to, then we will get back to you before the end of next week at least. Again, for any difficulties in audio or visual, please chat with the host and let them know. So decided to talk about all of the features, starting with the 10th one. We believe this is very key, the integrated compensation management. When it comes to the enhancements in compensation, there's numerous enhancements as far as allowing the manager to do a lot of audit scenarios, and in those scenarios, of course, look at the performance of the employees, look at when was the last time any employee received a change in salary, and also open compensation cycle changes. So these are traditionally so far, what we've done is when there are any compensation cycle changes going on, HR has to back off from making any job changes to the employee's job data. This is now more proactive, so it's not a delayed job entry change for the employees. The HR is not inundated with last-minute changes or then wait until compensation takes place. It can be done while compensation cycle is open. So that's one of the changes that was really beneficial. The desktop integration with for desktop integration with absence management, there is this is a feature that has been requested by a lot of Oracle customers, and allows the user to log into Outlook without logging into HCM, PeopleSoft HCM, and then requesting for a leave. It allows managers to do the same thing, so they can send in their approvals. The requester for the absence can monitor the approval process, again, all without logging into HCM. So using this the integrated connector, which allows them the flexibility. And this is a big win for all customers where they've requested it, because it enhances, it empowers the employee to log into the system, again, without the need to log into PeopleSoft, but the integration with Outlook, takes place between PeopleSoft. So it updates PeopleSoft absence tables right away as far as approvals are concerned, or when a request is made. So moving on to the learning dashboard, again, a very big win for ELM, because 9.2 comes packed with a lot of enhancements. There's the learning homepage, the intuitive learning search capability. So along with the enhanced self-service, there's the pivot grids that are offered in PeopleSoft now, which allow the user to run pre-delivered reports, not the ones that Oracle has delivered, but also create their own pivots and then save them for later. It saves time, improves their experience as far as HCM and ELM is concerned. And last but not the least, there's the social capability, the talent summary, and also the integration between HCM and ELM, which is now listed as an activity guide. So this allows the user a very transparent view of where the integration is taking place, where the roadblock might be, if there is any troubleshooting that needs to take place. And then there's the application talking about the recruitment. There's this module, there's the key features planned for talent acquisition manager and candidate gateway are the redesigned homepage for candidates. So it allows them the ability to have a overall view, a dashboard sort of view for all job openings that they applied for, where they might be in the process, as well as the enhanced application, the application review process. There's guided navigation for candidates. So when they apply, it's again in the form of activity guides. So they can navigate using the activity guides between different business processes. And the submit, so there's review processes taking place. The audit takes place at every step in the process. So the submit button is not really available. So the system takes care of all validations and checks, data integrity. And the submit button is only allowed when the process is truly complete. So this, of course, increases the success ratio for applicants. Again, with this enhanced user experience, there's always opportunity for a larger candidate pool to apply for your open position. So it's a very big win for customers with talent acquisition manager and candidate gateway. Then there's the performance management work center. So performance management is a function that ideally takes place once or twice in a year, but the appraisal process is something that takes place throughout the year. So with the work center, it allows the capability for the system to capture conversations between the employee and the manager throughout the year. So when there would be, let's say, a congratulatory email or an accomplishment that might be received by the employee, the work center is a place where it hosts that data and brings it together during the process of appraisal. This is one of the enhancements. Another very big enhancement allows for mid-period performance evaluation. So there's not necessary, especially customers with numerous employees across different geographies or across different time frames for performance evaluations. This allows multiple open performance evaluations that can take place. So coming to the 5 most important enhancements that we believe, again, so the HCM analytics went through a revamp of sorts as far as bringing in data is concerned. So there's the analytics are offered at numerous modules, especially for the key most executed transactions and business processes. One of them is the health benefit enrollment analytics, which delivers an enrollment statistics. It's a configurable pagelet that allows administrators to display medical plan enrollments by benefit plans. It also allows this analytics feature allows for administrators to play what-if scenarios in the system before actually making changes. We've received a lot of comments about when we speak with our benefit customers. They let us know that our administrators are tasked when it comes to open enrollment time frame or any compensation changes. They have to work with the compensation team, and they're not able to. They have to spend enormous amount of hours just working through the scenarios for changes before they can actually commit those changes. So with analytics and with the standard reports, that makes it possible. There is also analytics in the time and labor. So the all transactions in time and labor can also be listed in through the analytics. They're delivered. They provide the insight into the employees' time, into their absences and attendance. And the analytics are basically offered using PeopleTools pivot grid. We spoke off and on about the work centers and dashboards. So these have been introduced. Work centers are places that host a lot of either conversations, transactions, individual over the time period, especially for example performance. Dashboards allow the employees, administrators, and managers to have a very clear view of the important transactions that are up for them to undertake. These are configurable, pre-configured by Oracle, but as administrators, you can configure them at your end before you deploy to the users, and users have also the flexibility to make changes to the view. All of these are also driven by security. So there's once you have these in place, every employee or every manager has the access to them. That's driven by the access that they have in the system in current state. Another very important feature is the related actions framework. This is a feature that for those customers who are on the call who are already on a 9x version, you're familiar with this with the related actions framework. Only that this feature has now been expanded to go across from HCM and ELM. It goes into financial, CRM, and it goes at 2 levels now. So they've empowered this feature by allowing it to be present for application level and also for the component level. Again, related actions framework is highly configurable, easily configurable by administrators. Allows the business process to kick in right when the search ends for the employee, for the user. So without having the user to navigate away from the search results, they can kick off the business process from related frameworks. We spoke about the employee manager self-service transactions as well. In a lot of applications, employees and managers have dashboards. Then they have the activity guides that are present for them. So depending on a benefit life change, they are able to run across the transactions in a step-by-step transparent process, which is validated across. Same thing with train stops. Train stops give you a visual on where the activity is, where the business process is, where the data is, and it supports data entry, data validation, and updating PeopleSoft tables until the transaction is committed to PeopleSoft. Last but not the least, you have the Update Manager, which is it includes a fully functional application environment. It allows for customers to be current. Even if they're not current, they can enter the details of their application in the system and allow for the system to display the next step for them. So the customers can also select a single fix depending on their need, a business need, and have the system automatically find the needed prerequisites. So this really gives the power back to the customers as far as determining a timeline for when they want to go live, or when they want to upgrade, or just when they want to apply a single fix. So with these slides, we wanted to talk to you about really the overarching 10 enhancements in HCM, but my objective is also to dive into at least some of them, given the time we have. Wanted to spend some time on diving deeper, giving you a few screenshots, more details on some of the very key features, and this is where we let you know some of our conversations with our customers and talk to you about them. So there's the Outlook integration we briefly touched upon initially. What it is it allows the employee the capability to initiate requests for absenteeism or time off using their Microsoft Outlook. It allows for Outlook to connect with PeopleSoft, so update PeopleSoft tables as soon as the request is made. Then it allows for managers to make the approvals, also for employees to monitor where in the approval process their request is. So if you're a user, when it comes to absence management or even performance, so this feature is allowed for numerous applications, not just absence management. It's key for absence because it's a feature that has been much awaited. Although this integration is available between Outlook, also in performance. It allows for you to manage personal events, absence events, all in one calendar. For your managers, it allows for them to, if they receive an out-of-office reply from you using Outlook, they know for a fact that where you are. They can access either PeopleSoft, or they can just find out the reason for your absenteeism on using the calendar. How this is done is the employees can request, and the employees can request their leave using Microsoft Outlook. They can view the status of that request. So you see in the screenshot to the right, there is this integrator. So there's Microsoft Outlook, but to the right is a screenshot for where PeopleSoft Oracle integrates with Outlook. Allows the employee to enter details for the reason for leave, for the duration of the leave, and also for managers to approve it. So there's the submit, and then there's a save for later. Microsoft Outlook can also be used for viewing the current balance, and there's a dynamic display definition that can be configured to meet business needs. Now, in conversation with some of our customers, we believe that this was truly the big win for them, because it was something that they were waiting for. It was something that they would have to maintain separate applications for. They would have to update PeopleSoft and possibly use an external connector or maintain data in two places, in Outlook and in PeopleSoft. So this is it allows them to make the changes once. It allows for better experience as well. So then you have the talent management dashboard. So here's a screenshot of what a talent management dashboard looks like. It is, the page left to the left are quick links which allow for most frequently used transactions for any user level. So this is from an employee standpoint, but they get updated for any user level manager or administrator. And like I mentioned, this comes pre-configured, but it also allows the user the flexibility to make changes. You can so there's a frequently used transactions. There's the browse job openings and browse for applicants, and also a visual on there's a graph to the end which tells which shows the time to fill. So there's 4 such delivered reports for administrators. Again, requests from customers to Oracle to let them know from a planning standpoint what is the time it takes for to fill job openings, or the ratio of successes when it comes to applicants in the job opening process. Then the main page is about the job openings. Of course, from a recruiter standpoint, understanding the how many days this has been open, what's the action item if anything on it, or the total applicants. So it's a very clear view of any actions that they need to take on an immediate basis, and any follow-up. So the My Applicants beneath it allows for any follow-up that needs to take place. The alerts are configurable by the user themselves. So on a day-to-day basis, when you're logging into the system, how many hires you have to prepare, or how many open jobs you have to post, how many offers you have to make, or how many offers that need to be approved. A lot of alerts can be set, so it's very highly configurable. So from our analysis, it's this one-stop access to everything that a recruiter needs for the applicants. So our alerts, listing of applicants, the job openings, interview schedules. Again, big win is the bottom line has always been better user experience. So it empowers the user to have a personalized experience with the system. It's not just what every user receives. It's something that caters itself in a dashboard view for every user based on what is important for them in their day. The quick search links within dashboard, they allow for keyword searches as well as component searches, and it saves time and effort. And of course, we mentioned the analytics, the time to fill. There are 4 delivered pivot tables. In this view, however, the pivot grids can be configured by the user. It's a very quick 5-step wizard, and that allows the user to create more pivot grids. The clear view of the screenshot. And the candidate gateway. So as far as the applicant is concerned, it allows for them to have the notifications to the right and their activities. So this comes in a train stop sort of a view for them. So on a step-by-step basis, they can look at the business process. There's the basic search, which allows for keyword searches and also allows them to add details to the search. And then the activity. So there are any action items that are pending from their end that they can enter. And again, in conversation with our leads, we've come to know that those that have, so this basically gives a very strong point for the candidate gateway application for talent acquisition overall for PeopleSoft, for Oracle, that allows for enhanced capability in the recruitment process. And when it comes to recruitment and onboarding, a smooth interaction with the system always allows for a better experience for onboarding and for the new hire process. So there's a welcome screen, which is also an avenue for a customer to have their onboarding policies up there. So that's configurable to allow for the applicants to understand and better acquaint with your firm while they are in the onboarding process or the interview process. You can customize the welcome message in that. There's the enhanced search feature for applicants, and once they decide that they're ready to apply there's the step-by-step train stop navigation for them that guides them through the process. And for save for later or submit when all system checks have been performed. There's a My Notification page, which upon sign in, the applicant can look at the My Notifications and understand what was the action that took place. So there's the online job offers, the review, and the act on notifications. So we spoke a brief about the dashboard and the work centers in ePerformance. Here's a work center view for the performance process. Again, very personalized experience for every user that has access to this system. It allows for documenting of the goals, the competencies, the career summary, and not just the data access. It also allows for the pivot grid view, which gives you a visual, a graph-like view. It allows for managers to view the performance documents. Reduces the number of steps. We have a sandbox instance installed, and we had a few team players work on this. We found out that the steps to create the performance documents for a manager have been drastically reduced. So again, saves a lot of time, given that managers would have to do this process repetitively for their direct reports. It's very flexible, and it's a configurable page. It allows for the mid-period checkpoints. So this is something that's new in 9.2, the mid-period checkpoints on the performance documents, and something that can be evaluated later, but allows for the documentation throughout the year. Again, speaking of empowering employees with better experience, with more control over the system, the paycheck modeler is a great feature that is been introduced in 9.2. This is a very much awaited feature. So currently, when employees need to make some changes, let's say they went through a life event change, or they just wanted to make they had a move in this, between different states, so they have tax implications, or they just want to make some changes to their earnings and deductions. Typically, they have to connect with the payroll department or a help desk support center, which now, that onus has been given back to the employees, so they have the ability to calculate what-if scenarios. They have, in the screenshot on the right, you see the train stop for earnings, for changing deductions, taxes, and then calculating. So throughout this process, this can be a very iterative process for the employee. They can go back and forth, switch between employee earnings and deductions, update taxes, calculate them, again, go back and make a few more changes. So all this can take place without updating production tables. It is configurable by the administrator to allow for certain pay groups, or to allow for what time in the entire year that these changes can be allowed, or for updates, and for which earnings and deductions. So it's not necessary for the administrator to open up all of the earnings or deductions for or all pay groups to allow these changes. It can be a selective process by the administrator. As you can see from the screenshots to the right, it's very intuitive, and it's totally free of risk, because the employee knows that production is not impacted. It allows for systems validations in place. So it cannot get better than this, because the employee has a clear shot at understanding exactly what the amount is going to be for their pay once they submit it, or once they request a submission. So it pulls in real-time data. Again, if there's an open payroll cycle, then it pulls in, from the current pay group, the right earning and the deductions, allows for the change. You see the the amount, there's the edit button to the right in the screenshot, which allow for individual line item edits, and then moving from step to step. So overall, you can get the view from the train stops as well. There are modal windows that will let you know. So when it comes to taxes or updating taxes, if the employee is, if the state that they moved to or relocated to does not allow for state tax withholding, then the system takes care of that level of validation. Again, our analysis definitely empowers the employees with the ability to plug in scenarios before making any changes, not just from the employee standpoint, but also from your employee standpoint. You have your help desk employees, the support center folks, your payroll administrators. Their time gets freed up because they're not spending time answering to these questions and spending time. So there's a lot of time and effort that gets saved. And reduces workload on the support centers and help desks. When it comes to the global search, again, a feature that was initially introduced in version 9, but dramatically improved in 9.2, because it now crosses over to not just HCM and ELM, it crosses over to CRM, financials, and other modules. It allows for, so you see the screenshot on the right, it allows for different modules to be, to navigate the user to it, kicking off the business process right from this search page, not needing the employee to remember their navigation, the menu navigation, which was the case before, and also, having the ability to kick off these transactions without leaving this search page. So as soon as the transaction gets done, they can move back to the search, create a new search, and then kick off transactions once again. So very flexible view. This is allowing for better experience and a lot of keyword searches. This keyword searches or component level searches that can be take place for the employee and the manager. The search indices are configurable. They're driven by user security access. So security is in place. Administrators do not have to worry about, the moment they have a user set up in the system, this security is extended for the global search feature or the enterprise-wide search feature. And then there is the related actions for any search results that come. And these related actions could be in CRM, could be in performance, could be in succession planning, that can be kicked off. So it's, our analysis, has confirmed that this, of course, is an enhanced feature. It used to be application level initially, so it was very limited in scope, but however is now enterprise-wide and allows for business processes to be kicked off from the search results itself, so without the user requiring to remember navigations, which was in previous case. So, trying to sum up our session so we can move into question and answers shortly. There's the, how can HCM help you transform your business? That is through a lot of ways in integrated mobile capabilities. There is the consumer-oriented recruiting user experience, the pre-built live events, which is for a better ESS experience, and the accurate and actionable search results, and your maintenance processes. So there's more control for you for your maintenance processes. We've spoken about this in our prior sessions, so I'll quickly brush through these and switch to Q&A. So how to get there? If you are considering, if you're at a point where you're considering, then of course do a detailed business needs analysis. There's the organizational analysis, and of course look at your infrastructure and see how whether what's required from an infrastructure standpoint. We have a lot of details on this. We have extended our health check to numerous clients who are finding benefits from this detailed level of analysis and assessing, when is the right time for them to consider an upgrade. So there's the URL on the bottom that tells you if you would like to request one for your organization, please let us know. other than the transformation, there is the readiness assessment. So, our teams have deployed the readiness assessment for numerous clients as well. We do the very high level, from a very high level standpoint, we let what needs to be done, as far as your upgrade plan is concerned. What are the challenges you may encounter? What are the risks, ahead of time for you to consider before you sign up for an initiative like this? We can let you know why. Why should you go for an upgrade? How does it help transform? It's not just about being current anymore. It's not just about leveraging, the Delta features in 9.2. It is truly about transforming the way you do your business in HCM. It's transforming the way your consumers, your users view you as an organization. It is about transforming to be the employer of choice. So we're happy to work with you on these transformation aspects, and of course help you plan for when to get it started. Do you really need it right now? Is it something that can be a phased out approach? Is it something that we can time? We can document the goals and then move towards them over a 5-year roadmap, 3-year roadmap, so on and so forth. So we have a lot of details in this. We spoke about our sandbox feature earlier. We have those up and running at our Astute labs. We have our technical consultants working on them to find out more of these features, how they can benefit, to document. So we can deploy the sandbox as well if that's something you're interested in, for your users to take a test drive to check out some of these new features. Also to see how easy or difficult is it to configure, because 9.2 allows for a lot of configurable pagelets, and your administrators will need to configure before to leverage all of these features. So that's something you want to be able to consult on before you can take that decision. And here's again a URL that will give you a lot more detail. We have some features. We have an ebook that's documented, very well received by our attendees from the last call, and some of our customers that are making great use of it. So a lot of information. So bookmark this slide for your benefit. Connect with us. And with this, let's jump to the Q&A. And wanted to talk to you about that. So here's a little bit of detail on our company. We spoke about it initially. There's the upgrades we undertake, the implementation, support projects, assessments, a lot of assessments that can help you assess, from an infrastructure standpoint or from a business process standpoint, when is the right time for you to take up an initiative and move forward with that. Some of our services we deliver in enterprise solutions, domains, and also product and solutions. We've created our own products. Fast Track is our upgrade assistant. So it analyzes the impact for any customer based on different geographies. That's something that we've been able to deploy. There's the health check for upgrade that assists our customers to perform health checks, and some of our industries that we work on. So there's the industries and solutions, more details to that point. Another, from a broad perspective, a little bit about our PeopleSoft expertise. We do HCM, financials, CRM, portals, campus solutions, and customer relationships. Right from consulting with them on making recommendations, we augment, do a temporary staffing if required, implement and help maintain and support your applications, transform them. Well, here's a timeline from the Oracle's long-term view on PeopleSoft. There's the 9.2, which has been delivered, and then what's coming what's looking at the horizon for this application, and any changes that are concerned. So with that, I wanted to take a few minutes to thank you for your attendance. Please connect with us if you have any questions. We'll email the deck along with the ebook and some of our solution features for you to be able to connect back with us. And thank you for your time.
Hi everybody, this is Arvind Rajan, the host. Just wanted to conclude. Thank you again for your attendance and for your patience today. We had some technical difficulties earlier on in the meeting. If you have any questions, we'll be available for a few more minutes. We have about 8 minutes left in the webinar, so feel free to post your questions via chat, and I'll be happy to answer those. You can also follow up with us over email or contact us through our website if you have questions later on after you review the material that we're going to send you. So here's a question from one of the participants. They're interested in knowing what approach they should take if they want to consider a transformation rather than just a lift and shift upgrade. Shweta, do you want to comment on it?
Absolutely. So terrific question. Take some time to assess where you are at today. So without understanding what version you are on, I'm assuming you're on 9X. So a lift and shift will help you if you have lesser number of users or lesser geographies. You have a non-union environment that may help you shift to your application to 9.2 right away just to remain current. When it comes to a transformation standpoint, you want to look at the number of ESS users, your managers and employees that are online. You also want to see, how mobile are your applications? Do you currently deploy them on iPads, or is that something you are looking to do in the future? A few factors, from the long-term perspective, will help you assess whether you can transform. We've had conversations with some of our customers who are on 9.1 today, and their supply, they have financials, they have HCM, and they were hoping to do a lift and shift in which we went ahead and we spoke to them. We did a little bit of we did a health check for them, and our recommendation was to wait it out but do a transformation instead, because it was a customer that was looking to expand. They had recently acquired a firm and were looking to onboard those employees to kick off their mobile arm, and we wanted them to wait it out, have HCM transform the solution for them. So PeopleSoft is a great tool to to empower the customer to do that. So sometimes the best option may be to wait for a little bit, maybe a month or two in the planning process, and then just transform. It looks like we have more questions.
Yes, Shweta, the next question is, if customers want to go down the path of using mobile applications for PeopleSoft, what within PeopleSoft HCM 9.2 should they consider? So I can actually help with this one. PeopleSoft 9.2 has some delivered mobile apps for HCM, financials, and other applications. Specifically in HCM, there is a mobile solution which is new for the company directory, which was not there in previous releases. So that's an out-of-the-box feature that can just be configured and deployed to your mobile devices, smartphones, tablets, and so on and so forth. PeopleTools 8.5.3 also has some very nice enhancements and new features that make deploying mobile applications using PeopleSoft much simpler than in prior releases. So out of the box, there are one or two that you can take advantage of, but the ability that customers now have to deploy their own mobile solutions using delivered PeopleSoft APIs, they are quite significant.
There's a question. There's a direct path from 8.3 to 9.2.
We have one more question on an upgrade for a customer that's on version 8.9 going to 9.2, and the question is it a single path or a dual path upgrade? And PeopleSoft is supporting a direct upgrade from 8.9 to 9.2, and that was released along with the application when it was GA back in March. So it's not a two-step upgrade anymore. So that's all we have time for today. Thank you again for attending. It was a pleasure having all of you on the call today. We'll follow up with a version of the recording that will be placed on our website and a link for you to revisit this presentation if you have a need to do that, and to share that with others in your organization who may have not been able to attend today. Thank you all and have a good day.